More giants. That can't be good.
Alright, right here on our front doorstep, we have more giants. I want to go clean up the last of these quests here before we head off to the Crestfield. These giants are starting to become a nuisance. This one, let's see, he's got a couple archers with him. Looks like we got some Vargas roaming around. Yeah, this will be interesting. Wow. Yeah, those boulders are just wow. When you're close, they don't miss. Please don't hit me with the boulder, Mr. Giant. Thank you. He'll actually do some of the work for you. While he's stomping on your face, nobody's safe. Alright, best thing for me to do is keep a distance till he runs out of rocks. Which they will eventually. Seems like they have about half a dozen rocks or so, and then after that, sometimes they'll look around stupidly for a rock and they can't find one. So for right now, he's definitely got a few. But I like how once he throws them, it's not still sitting there, you know, as a graphic. But it actually disappears from the environment once he throws it. That's cool. This guy's like a boss giant or something. He's got a lot more health. I don't know, whatever level he is. Maybe he's a much higher level giant. Yeah, I have some real trouble with this guy. He's ready to go for round 2, right? Slap the piss out of me. Nope, nope, nope. Stop it. Stop it! Gold pitch. What? This giant is just He-Man pimp slapping me all over the desert. Wow, okay, this is... Let me get out of here. Alright, time to reevaluate this giant. He's not cooperating. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's twice we dropped him now. Alright, got him. Oh, he's worth 200 something. Okay, so he's definitely leveled. Well, I kind of wish the dragon would have been leveled with this guy. I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why this giant would be so far. Oh well. It doesn't really matter. Decent amount of loot, though. I actually would like the pattern for the Aeroshock battle axe. Or something like it. Or, you know, just a Canary battle axe, but with similar stats to the sword. I think the axes in general have just a little bit lower overall DPS, but they have a different hitbox. I notice you can hit enemies at your feet a little easier with axes than with swords. With swords tend to just go right over their head. If you drop an enemy right at your feet, sometimes you'll just swing wildly over them and not doing anything, so... Maybe that's why they gave the axes just a little bit lower damage overall. I prefer them. Plus, I just kind of think they look a little cooler. Although I haven't seen all the swords in the game, there might be a blade that I really, really like. Alright, notice, this gate leads back there. Right? This is that, one gate. It's essentially like, I guess you could call it a shortcut. I don't know why I would really need to go back and forth through here again. But, this goes back to Griffin Wing Keep. And I think that's a standard codex in all the Dragon Ages. Ancient Adventure. Alright, there's a mosaic piece. That's cool. Still missing a few of those. Well, apparently I haven't searched everywhere. I don't expect to get every quest done in this playthrough. Anyway, but still. You know, there was that one bridge that I was talking about earlier. It didn't have a marker to rebuild it, but I believe it gets rebuilt along with the rest of them. But I think it was separate. You know, you had that one that led to the cave, then you had the one that led to the Darkspawn prison. But then you had what looked like another little side bridge, and I never went back to look at it. Well, it's probably got a mosaic piece, and probably, I don't know, like a landmark or something. And this guy's got rocks. Okay. Yeah, as long as you keep your distance. He seems to have limited range, but they're pretty easy to dodge from this distance. Like I said, their targeting is similar to the Reaper. You fight on foot. Okay, I see other targets over there. I'm assuming there's probably some more Vinatori archers. Wow, Vivian just took that like a champ. Apparently those boulders don't do crap to a barrier. Okay, well, that'll work. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. We'll worry about the giant in a second. He's going for rocks. He's not worried about us. And if he's out of rocks, then he's just going to stand there and look stupid for a second. Don't know what to do without your one-hit rocks, do you? If you notice, Varric's down there, way away. I've noticed their AI doesn't work, or seem to work quite as well like that, unless you have them favorite long shot. When they favorite long shot, they get into, I guess, what is ideal distance for a long shot to take its best effect. There's like a minimum range where when you're outside of it, your shot does extra damage. And of course, the farther back they are, the more likely they are to hit multiple targets if you have enemies that are, you know, kind of clumped together. And so, it's ideal in every way. But it seems like they naturally, the AI naturally puts them back where they can get the best effect out of their long shot. It also gets them away from the pack. So you know, I don't really have to think about him. You know, he can just do his thing over there. He's just there to really buff our critical chance and our status effect damage, and just lay down covering fire. That's pretty much it. In Dragon Age 2, his job was to take the heat off of the mages and put it on the tank. He had goad, and that was amazing. That just serves so many purposes in the party when you're playing. But they don't have that mechanic in play here. Well, these giants are just. He took that one to the face. Alright, well, I think they'll run out of giants eventually, right? Maybe. That's better than any loot chest, though, I mean, seriously. Alright, now somewhere there's got to be a lever for this gate, right? Not like I'm probably ever going to use it, but might as well open it while I'm here. Probably death root up there. I'm gonna worry about it. Alright, and there we go. So that's Griffin Wing Keep there, but I have no need to go back there for the moment. Can I get everybody in one shot? Bam! Everybody but the mage. I can see when I play my rogue character, it's going to be a mage and archer killer. Stay in stealth and get those critical backstabs. Well, those darkspawn archers are going to be kind of a different story because they're kind of tanky. But regular archers, these guys, probably get to where you can just one-hit them. Okay, all those are for requisitions, all those ciphers and Vinatori messages and whatever. Might as well get the last of these too. I don't know if I'll be including all of these all the time from here on out. I probably should have thought of this before. I mean, when you've seen, you know, a Fade Rift or two, you've kind of seen them all. Not taking anything away from them. I mean, they're fun and all that, and loot's great and blah blah blah. But unless something really special is going to happen at some of these, I could probably not suffer you guys who are keeping up with this series through every single one of them. I mean, you know, kind of just throwing them in there as I go type thing. But I'm just thinking about it, you know. Some of the repetitive stuff maybe kind of cutting down on some of that. So maybe instead of this being a 300 video series, we can drop it down to something more reasonable. It's all good, just playing the game. Take that. Like that? Why, he's not dead, really? Wow. Durable bastard. Okay, oh wow, oh well, that's not good. I don't care what level those guys are, that's not good. No, stop it. We got rid of the biggest threat on the battlefield. Friggin' wraiths. We haven't even touched these guys either, have we? Wow. Sorry about that. You had a barrier up, it's all good. Alright, that's more manageable. Two of these guys on the field at the same time is actually a pretty major threat, really. Blizzard Ring. Wow. That's another friendly fire ability. That's not doing me any good. Winter's Grasp Ring. You know, if we go back to the Forbidden Oasis and do the cold rooms, there may be something along those lines. Friggin' Barrier Ring would be awesome. Winter's Grasp Ring would be awesome. Trying to think of what else would really... It's going to be a while before I get them up to the static cage or electric cage or whatever they're calling it in this one. But that's one I'd considered also. Once I can get their mana up, what I was thinking, I've been giving more thought to equipment, you know, final build now that we're getting close to that stage, is getting a belt of focus on all my party members, just everybody that I normally take with me. Get one for
Let's look around.
You know, all the mages, Varric, Sarah, okay, and then give them amulets that are particular to them. Like with Varric, it might either be stamina or dexterity. Cole, who I haven't taken with me really anywhere, I don't know. It'd probably be good to have him with me once or twice on some key stories later. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing out by not taking certain party members to certain places. You know, in certain situations where their dialogue would be special, or you can earn some points, or maybe even some special gear with them when you get back, or, you know, something like that. I won't doubt that I've probably already missed a little bit of that type of stuff. But I'm trying to take the right people with me in the right places, you know. And, besides him, you know, if I was carrying him, I'd get him probably an amulet of cunning. I mean, you ideally want to find a superb amulet of whatever stat is particular to that character, you know. It used to be willpower, but since that doesn't add to the mana pool, I think there'd be more benefit from just adding to their raw magic to raise their, you know, their attack and so on and so forth for the mages. Oh shit, Varric, I thought you were... My bad, bro. I seriously thought he was an enemy coming... Okay, that's pretty funny. That's totally on me. Varric's gonna be pouting later. I already tell. But anyway, get them a superb... If possible, but at least, you know, an enhanced focus belt on everybody, and all that's going to stack, right? And then get them an amulet that's particular to them, and then rings that are particular to the abilities they use most. Like with my rogues, it's like, I don't know what, long shot and, you know, leaping shot, or something like that. With my tanks, it's, you know, challenge, war cry, that type of thing. With my character, my focus ability, rampage, and then I've got a mighty blow ring, and that's fine. If I had a block and slash one, that might be as good, if maybe not even better.
I kind of wish I could see his face when he finds out.
Okay, this dude.
Still breathing. He's resilient, I'll give him that. Have some of the troops bring him in. I'll deal with him back at Skyhold.
Yeah, we can take him, judge him. That's pretty funny, actually. All right, but anyway, and so put that all in together, and then gear their armor towards their specific job. Like, you know, my character's armor, I'm really thinking about just about nothing but critical chance, critical damage. You know, not really resistances and so on and so forth. In fact, taking some damage.
Excellent.
Oh, nice. There's the last of the Warden stuff. Sweet. Okay. All I have left is the Impri du Lion stuff. But yeah, focusing on critical chance, critical damage, to where my theory is this: I'd rather hit 600 crits 4 times than 700 crits twice. If that makes sense. Where, you know, after 10 swings, I've done a lot more damage than the spike damage I would have done here and there, not hitting criticals as often. I'd rather critical more often, with maybe a little bit lower damage with each one. So, critical chance, I've pretty much settled on that being first. And critical damage when I can take it, you know, when I can get it. And I'll be gearing my weapons and my armor together to pretty much accomplish that. Set up my tanks with probably, you know, guard per hit, masterwork armor, which will make them tanky. Ridiculous, actually. And then the mages with their armor, I'm not sure, I haven't really looked into what all masterwork options are available with the special, ingredients, you know, like you know, the dragon items and all the different fade touched materials. Like, there could be some really cool perks. One I can think of right off the top is your spells or abilities or whatever cost like 7.5% less to cast. Well, if I could make them a staff that has that on it and make them armor that has that on it, all their spells would cost 15% less, and then give them all the passives that regenerate mana quicker, and then give them an amulet of either extra mana or extra magic. And you're talking about some a pretty potent setup. Everything should flow with everything else. You know, when it comes to your gear, you're not going to have really party synergy there. You want your gear to have synergy with your skills, and your skills to have synergy with the rest of the party. And so I have an idea. On how I want to do that. In fact, that 7.5% less to cast, I had thought about that for my character, but you know what? I haven't had much of a problem with the cooldowns on the few abilities I do use. Block and slash is always available as long as you have stamina. Mighty blow, I use that situationally at best. And then grappling chain I probably use more often than anything else to pull enemies away from the mages, but the cooldown on that is really quick. And what I was thinking is there is a passive for every critical you score. For every critical hit, you reduce all your cooldowns by a second. Well, if some of your abilities only have like a 12-second cooldown anyway, you pull off 3 or 4 criticals, you're cutting your cooldown time by a third or half or whatever. Okay, that's huge. That's a lot. Anyway, I went back and got Cassandra here, and we're going to go do her little personal thing. Now that we've unveiled all the magic shards, then we can go ahead and grab that magic shard that's right here next to the campsite too, and then we'll go do her little personal quest down there, and then we can pretty much get out of here. Yeah. But anyway, I was thinking getting an amulet for myself that maybe is extra stamina or something like that, and so letting all that kind of work together. Anyway, just some thoughts, and we'll see when we get to level 20. We'll start really looking at gear and things like that, upgrades and stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, click that button over my head, and for all my videos, click the box on the left. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.